fingernails, she changed it all. Her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. Never liked Mama's homemade dress, Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. Me, I'm standing on the side of the road with the rain falling in my shoes. Heading out of the East Coast, Lord knows I pay some dues. Getting through. Tangled up in blue. Well, she was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. After out of a jam, I guess, but he used a little too much force. So we drove that car as far as we could and abandoned it out west. Split up on the docks that night, both agreeing it was for the best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. Well, I took a job in the great north woods, working as a cook for a spell. I never liked it all that much, so one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where my luck was to be employed, working out on a fishing boat outside of Delacroix. All the while I was alone, and the past seemed close behind. Met a lot of women there, but she never escaped my mind. She just grew. Tangled up in blue. Well, she was working at a topless place. I stopped in for a beer, kept staring at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. Saw her standing there behind my chair, said to me, don't I know your name? I muttered something underneath my breath as she studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the lace of my shoe. Tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and she offered me a pipe. Said, I thought you'd never say hello, you know you look like the silent type. She opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. Well, every one of those words rang true and flowed like a glowing coal, pouring off every page, like they were written in my soul from me to you. Tangled up in blue. I lived with them on Montague Street in the basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafe and revolution in the air. And he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. Had to sell everything he owned, and he froze up inside. Finally, when the bottom fell out and I became withdrawn, the only thing that was left to do was just keep on and keeping on like a bird that flew. Tangled up in blue. Oh, now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. Everybody that we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how the whole thing got started, don't know what they're doing with their lives. Me, I'm still out on the road looking for another joint. We always had the same idea, we just saw it from a different point of view.